Welcome, everybody. It's another Saturday podcast with myself, LaFemmeN, and Info Guy. You want to
Yes,
say?
I am here.
Yes,
I'm here.
you're here. Thank you for putting myself out of misery because I never know when you're there, when you're not there. But welcome, everybody. It's another Saturday, and as I was
It's kind of
telling,
like it's kind
yes,
of like how chat is. They never know when I'm there.
yeah, they don't know when you're there. You're literally Big Brother is watching. Legit, he's watching. And hey, Mystic Loki and Thunder Phoenix, thank you for joining us. And Thunder Phoenix just dropped a little something on us in chat about Gran Turismo 7's logo for PS5 apparently was leaked. So that is a story. A lot of leaks
Uh,
as well. Lots of
yeah,
leaks.
it gets to that time of year.
It
Hi,
gets to
Thunder
that
Phoenix,
time of year. That
where
time of
everything
year.
just starts coming out.
But do we even? I know this is not on the agenda, and I just started randomly off. But
It's
what?
okay.
How
We
do
can
we
make
feel?
space for it.
Yeah, how do we feel about like leaks? Do they ruin stuff for us, or do they get us excited for things?
Uh,
It depends,
I,
right?
I know that I know there's people who want any bit of information they can get as soon as they can get it, so they don't care. As soon as they know, they want to just know. And then there's people who like the spectacle of like I'll say Sony doing a reveal on stage at E3 sort of kind of event,
Yeah,
which I can understand that. I also like that because like sometimes you get the shocks that like you never see coming, like Final Fantasy VII Remake. Anyone like that was like actually making it like for realsies.
yeah.
Like yeah, that was pretty good.
But
I mean,
like,
but like there are sometimes like you just want to know like are they actually making a game or what are they doing? It was like and you just click on the link that says the leak. It just
yeah,
happens.
because it like Mystic Loki also says, for me it depends. And I'm the
Mm.
same as well. I think when we go into the waters of The Last of Us 2's leaks and where major
Mm.
spoilers were dropped, I think that's where it pushes the limit.
Like
But it's
I'm I'm okay with like an unan okay, maybe not even that. Like there's if the game if there's it's like very tricky to say. If you know about a game that a developer would you expect to be making, like say like Bethesda, like a leak came out that Fallout 5 or whatever is coming out. Like obviously they're making a new Fallout or whatever. So like okay, that's just confirming stuff. But if it's like a an unknown game that was supposed to be a surprise and like was supposed to come out of left field completely, then maybe I'm not so happy about the
yeah,
leak. But
keen about it.
yeah, and also like story stuff. Like, why do you want to leak story stuff about the game?
Yeah.
Like, you kind of that is also like you're spoiling the game for yourself, unless you're like one of those who just have to know.
Yes. Yeah, no, it does. When it gets into story mode and it ruins it for people, then that's a problem. But I mean, a logo, I don't think it's too bad. Thunder Phoenix, because I know you're also like a racing fan and everything like that. So, I mean, a logo
Is this
isn't
about the leak logo for GTA?
Gran Turismo 7, the
Yeah,
PS5 leak, yeah, the logo for that.
GT. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. Like, if it's a logo, I think I mean, it's not the end of the world. Um,
Yeah, logo's not a big deal, but
but when it's,
Sony makes it a big deal though.
yeah.
Logos are a big deal to Sony. They'll reveal those things.
So there was a whole story about it being leaked and everything. I'm just looking at it now. Thunder Phoenix sent me the link to the article on it. So basically, they're saying after pulling the Instagram post overnight, Next Level Racing posted the following statement to its website. Our team has recognized that a recent post by us using a logo has been misinterpreted by media and it does not reflect any information from our end, and we deny knowing any information regarding the launch of GT7. There have been assumptions made in the media that are quite simply untrue. Due to this, we have decided to take down our previous social post. A graphic design department used the mock logo that is circulating on the internet. So I don't know if that.
There was some information about that. People tried looking for that logo and they couldn't find it. But I mean, like you could have just taken the GT logo and just added a 7 at the end,
Yeah.
really, if you wanted to. I mean, like maybe suspicious,
Do you
but
think
we'll
they're just
see.
covering up your... So they said at the end of the article, do you think this is real? Is Gran Turismo 7 going to be a PS5 launch game? And, I mean, would you want that to be Thunder Phoenix? Would you want it to be? That's what I want to know from you, since you're a big fan of...
Mystic Loki. I actually never knew they were making a Gran Turismo game.
Oh, Mystic Loki! And hey,
Yeah.
Kaki. Hey, Kaki. So we just deviated from... Because we got that little information from Thunder Phoenix. Thank you for that, Thunder Phoenix. Little extra information there coming through that we have maybe missed. It has been a dry week, people. It has been a dry week within the gaming news department. But we have managed... Well, when I say we, I mean Info Guy has managed to get some little grains of information and get some things for us to talk about. And one of those things is something that we've touched upon quite a few times in most of our podcasts. And it's one of those things that I think, people are excited about and they do like them, but it depends on what they are. And that's remasters, once again. So a lot of remasters have come through again this week, a release
Yeah, there
this
was like
week.
2 this week.
Yeah.
Like
One of them I did not know about, which was Saints Row, the third.
Yeah, Saints Row the Third that they did a remake.
I didn't know that was even in the pipeline. I don't know.
Oh, sorry, not a remake, remaster.
Remaster,
be careful with the terms I use.
Yes.
Yes.
So it was Mafia Trilogy, which is the remasters of Mafia 1, 2, and 3. I still have not seen much of Mafia 1, though.
Yeah, I haven't
everyone's
seen
showing
like,
2. And 3
yeah, from what I've seen of 2
count.
is like it's very it was like a basic remaster. It's like slightly upgraded textures and that's about it really, and like slightly better frame rate. But apparently it's still got bugs and everything, and it's not as up to the same quality as you'd expect from like other remasters that have come out recently. It's like someone added like a mod texture to the game and just sent it out.
Yeah, I did watch a video, like a comparison video this morning, where it was comparing, but it was like on the highest quality possible on PC, which was the old Mafia 2 and then this definitive edition 1. And the guy really went in depth, and it just... He did complain about certain effects that, they really did not improve upon. It didn't improve upon anything really, especially for Mafia 2. He did not mention Mafia 1, which is still weird to me because there's no point in talking about Mafia 3 because that came out on the PS4. So it's not
really a remaster. That's more like a okay, here it is again.
Yeah, I don't understand the Mafia 3 bit. I don't know, chat.
I think they just want to add it to like a bundle package where it adds more value and people.
But is it though? Is it more value, chat? I mean,
more is more. Doesn't mean that it's good more, but it's more.
I mean, chat, like anybody that's fans of the whole, because I still have not played any of the Mafia games, and if you are fans, I mean, was it necessary to add?
Apparently, the Mafia stories is like they have good stories. It's like they kind of fail. Well, not. Don't want to use such strong words. They don't fail, but like they're not as great at the gameplay side of things. Like they're fairly basic, and generic.
Kaki said
like
they gave
good stories.
Yeah, they gave. This is the thing. They gave Mafia 3 definitive DLC for free, if you own the game though. So that's the only. Because I don't see how it could. I don't know what they could possibly improve on, with how the game looks, because it was released on PS4. So I don't know. And like I said, I still need to see some gameplay of Mafia 1 to be able to compare.
Because that one's going to probably be the proper like remaster, remake sort of thingy.
Because that's the oldest one. I mean, but yes, like this dude that was doing the comparisons between the original Mafia 2 and this one, he did say there are things that do look much better, but he notices like the little things, and he like even smoke and flames and stuff like that. It's like, okay, come on guys. And one character, they didn't even change the one character's face that much. So
Yeah, you start to
it's
notice those old textures, eh? The
yeah,
blocks.
and at one point he said, he actually noticed like his eyes, he started looking like he was cross-eyed because they didn't fix it up as much as the other characters. But he said like the hair textures are good and the eyes are good on the other characters, but it was just these little things, and there was flickering of the lights. Apparently, if you focus on the lights, it was the same issue that they had in the original Mafia 2 game, where the lights would flicker whether they were close to you or they were in the distance. It was like a very annoying thing.
Yeah, pretty much seems to me like it was just like a quick slapdash job just to get it out there.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it's been getting like a lot of good remarks regarding it. I don't know with Mafia 1. A lot of people are giving Mafia 2 a hard time. I don't know. It's up to. I mean, I can't say anything because I haven't played it. But I mean, anybody in chat, if any of you have, purchased this trilogy and you are fans and you played all the original ones and now you're playing the definitive ones, have they really upgraded it or not so much? Like, do you guys think they have done a decent job? I can't say because I never played them. Otherwise, I would say, but I can't say.
From what I remember back in the day with Mafia 2, it was very much like everyone says like the story is good. It's just
Yeah.
the gameplay was never something to really keep you going. Like if you like mob stories and whatnot, then like the game will, if you just follow the main story missions, it'll give you your little kick of a mobster story.
Yeah.
But if you like more gameplay side of things, it's very not it's not so great. It's very bland.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I would like the stuff. I don't know. Don't nobody start with the butcher comments and stuff like that. I don't. Okay, they do that in the Mafia, don't they?
Yes.
They do that. But I think I might. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I still need to play Mafia 3, and I don't know if that's the right one to start with. Some people like it, some people don't like it. That's the
I think
problem.
with the Mafia series, from what I know, the stories are semi-insular to themselves. They don't. It's not like a real long like trilogy that follows each other. Like the stories are linked, but it's not like super linked.
Yeah.
Like you need to know what happened in this one to know what's going in this one.
And also, Kaki says that company that remastered Mafia 2 are terrible. They're the ones who did Shenmue, and that crashed like crazy. Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Well,
But yeah,
yeah.
so that was
Not,
the one of the many, well, not many remasters, but I mean it is kind of three remastered games. I still don't know about Mafia 3 being a remastered game. I mean, I'm not too keen on saying that it's a remastered game because it's fairly new. But also, Mystic Loki didn't know about Saints Row. Neither did I, Mystic Loki, so don't worry about that. But Saints Row is doing much better than Mafia. The remaster is doing much better. And I see some comments. Saints Row 3 Remaster is done really well. Though I'm playing, and you're playing it at the moment, Kaki. Okay, so we've got somebody in chat that's actually playing Saints Row Remastered. So yes, Mystic Loki, yes. There's a Saints Row 3 and
yeah.
it has been remastered already and it's out now. It is out now. You can play it. So, and also Thunder Phoenix says, yeah, I watched Digital Foundry reviewing Saints Row, and apparently there's so much work and care that's been put into this remaster. Well, if Kaki is saying it looks good, then it must look good, because I know Kaki won't just say anything looks good.
Yeah.
So they obviously did put the love and care that they needed to put into it. I also have not played any Saints Row game. Please, nobody judge me. Info guy, have you?
Yeah, I played a bit of Saints Row 3. I made it about more than halfway, I want to say, and then I played a tiny bit of the fourth one where it gets a bit crazy and you become the president of the United States and aliens attack and whatnot. A bit of that one as well.
Oh
But
yes,
yeah,
I heard about that one. I've seen
yeah.
people play that one. I have seen
Mm.
people play that
That,
one.
that one just gets like Saints Row was always like a bit of a rip-off of
GTA.
GTA,
Yeah,
but
GTA.
they got their own groove by the third game because like they were like, okay, we like going crazy, so we'll just go full on crazy. And like
Yeah.
from like the third game, they just kept getting crazy and crazy and like going more and more off the wall. Like it just gets ridiculous in those games.
Yo, Kaki says, yeah, the fourth is crazy. You can jump up walls. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
I've
you
seen
pretty
some.
much have like superpowers in that game, basically.
So yeah, so
Basically.
I haven't, yeah, I haven't. I've just seen people play it. I haven't physically played it myself, and I've only seen drips and drabs of it. It looks crazy. And I've seen some of the stuff that they have in these games. I don't know if you can play them on Twitch. I don't know. I'm sure you. I don't know. I must actually check the list. There's apparently a list that I did not know about that T and Toasty told me about. That there's actually a list of games that you cannot play on Twitch, which I did not know about. I need to check if one of those Saints Row games, because of one of those things that they have in the game, if it's allowed. But I just want to go back to you can pick up play. Oh my gosh, you can pick up play was really in the game. Oh gosh. And Mystic Loki says, not gonna lie, Shenmue was awful for the PS4. So that's another
Yeah,
confirmation
it's just
there.
lucky for those fans of Shenmue who were really looking forward
Yes.
to, just getting to play that on the PS4.
Yeah. And I know there was quite a few. And Thunder Phoenix says, I want Toy Story PS1 remastered. We played that. Remember, I really enjoyed Toy Story. I enjoyed it so much. I wouldn't mind that.
It's okay.
Yes, because I played like those kind of games. I would really want to play Toy Story. I agree with you, Thunder Phoenix. But yeah, so this is doing well. And just to let you guys know, I have heard via the grapevine, aka YouTube, that they are actually working on a new Saints Row game. Not a remaster, a brand new game.
Yeah, it makes sense because that's probably why they're pumping up those numbers. It might make the same sense in for Mafia as well. Like, just remind everyone this IP exists, so
Yeah, just a
you can
reminder.
go out and buy it.
Go buy it now and we'll bring out another one in like the next 2 years or whatever. Or 3. I don't know. I don't know how long it takes to make these games. I mean, I don't know how far they are in it, but that is what I've seen. I have seen people saying there's going to be another one. I don't know how many Saints Row games are there. Are there 5, 6?
I think the fourth one was the last. I think I might, because I know they've got like 1 million DLCs for each of the games, so I can't really keep track.
Because,
But
yeah.
I think the fourth one was the last one.
Because then that means it will be 6 then. Saints Row 6 that they're working on. I don't know what they could.
Maybe we'll see.
I don't actually know what they could possibly add to the game because it's so. I mean, does it follow a story, a structure? It doesn't look like it does.
You follow like this gang called the Saints, and basically, but like it just like the story gets more and more ridiculous as the games go on. So
Yeah, I can see that.
like you can there are mentions of characters that pop up here and there, but like it's not, don't take it too seriously kind of story.
So yeah, so four and an expansion. So 5. They'll be working on 5 then. So I don't know, but that's the rumor. So that's what's going on with that. So like Info Guy said, I think they are pumping up everybody to be like, okay, guys,
it's basically they just put it out there because it's a quick way to like remind everyone, hey, remember this cool game? Like, and like now it's like all new, and like imagine if there was like a new game.
a new game.
Ooh. Yeah.
Like just put it in your head like it is there. Like we are making these things, so and do you want more of it? So yeah, so that's remasters. I don't know. I mean I don't think
like,
there's
not every game studio can be like Blue Point Games and like remake a game like 100%, 1,000% better than what it was, sort of thing. So like some of these remasters, like you can understand, but
Yeah.
yeah,
It's some of them.
yeah, some of them are like they just saw a mod on the internet and like, okay, let's put it in the actual game code now, and okay, done. There we go. Don't
Yeah.
need to touch anything else. Is perfect. Mwah. It's like no.
And those are very few and far between. Like you said,
Yeah.
like Blue Point, like they do amazing work.
Bluepoint, I would say Bluepoint is probably like the best studio for remastering at the moment.
And there's
Like that's
also
out there.
rumors. There's also rumors about them working on
They're
something for the PS5.
it's probably Demon Souls.
Yeah.
It's probably Demon Souls.
So yeah. So
Probably.
so and talking about PS5, everyone.
Mm.
Sony announced during the week, and I think this is the only maybe hyped up, not hyped up, but exciting news. We're gonna more than likely be seeing games coming soon from them.
Yeah.
Sony CEO basically
Oh,
said PS5 game announcements are coming soon. And I have
yeah.
seen in our Discord, even, I think it was Ginger Avenger, he saw something that maybe announcements will come on the 2nd or 3rd of June. I don't know if it will be that soon, but they have mentioned this. And the CEO also said that basically they plan to introduce a compelling lineup of titles soon.
The thing is, like,
Yeah.
with the Sony's, like, when is soon? Is soon like a week from now? Is soon like a month from now? Is soon like 6 months from now? What?
I don't, well, I mean, I
When
would
is
think
this
the beginning,
soon?
I don't know,
I can only take so much soon.
I don't have the CEO of Sony on call. Like, I can't be like, yo,
Yeah,
could you
like
tell
Maddie
me
says,
what do
coming
you mean
soon,
by
TM.
soon? Yeah, there we go.
It's going
Coming
to be
soon,
in development
TM.
forever. This coming soon game.
I
I
know
can't
I've
wait for
said
it.
it every podcast, Kaki, but it's not me, it's Sony. I am just here giving you the news. It's not me. Blame Sony right now, especially their CEO that's been giving us this information. And I think we should use Maddie's coming soon TM
Yeah.
because with these games that he says that is coming up this lineup, I can tell you now most of the games have already been announced by Xbox. The only thing that is Godfall is really like their only exclusive. I don't think they're gonna show that many exclusives. I think it's gonna be. I mean, they've confirmed quite a few, and you can see on some PlayStation trailers, like even for Assassin's Creed Valhalla and stuff, it has their PS4/PS5. So there are some games, and I will be playing
Yeah.
trailers of those games that do have that in their trailers from the PlayStation YouTube channel, where it actually physically says in the description PS4, and then there's a slash, and then it says PS5. So there are some games I did not include because they didn't have proper trailers. And some of them, I think it was Destiny 2 that, I mean, we don't know if that's coming. And there's another weird game called Miniature Man or Mini Man or something like that. That's also I think it's an indie kind of game by a company named Blob. I think it's Blob Games or something like that. So there were some games in there that I couldn't put trailers, but basically it's what we saw at Xbox. I don't know what else they could possibly bring to the table, and I don't think they have a lot of titles to bring to the table that are exclusives. I don't think they're going to have that. Sorry to say. I don't know if you agree, Info Guy, or chat, but do you think they're going to have anything other than Godfall?
Sony. Well,
Yeah.
basically, I think they've got their actual PS5 games, not crossover stuff like Microsoft showed like a few weeks back. I think like legit next gen games. I hope, maybe I'm wrong, but I hope that Sony's been holding all this from way back when they stopped pitching up at E3 because they wanted to save stuff to actually show for PS5. Because if they went to E3 and they had nothing to show, like the same trailers over and over again, they were going to get slammed. So they said, okay, we'll just stop the PR for a little bit, and we're going to save it all in reserve. And then when the PS5 is finally ready to go, we're gonna show you all the PS5 stuff we're working on, like everything, like a whole bunch, not just like one or two. We're gonna show you like legit, the good juicy stuff.
But with
But
dates. With dates.
yeah, with
Or no
dates,
dates.
yeah, we'll see. I think some of them are gonna be like Sony's favorite coming soon, and some of them are gonna be, and some of them might be launch games. I think we can hope for at least one or two launch games. I think it should be
I mean,
possible.
I, I,
Like I mean, a lot of their studios have been like fairly quiet for a while, and they've had a few years to do things.
well, what I've got a couple of stuff that's like playing right now, and these are all reported to be launch games, but they also launch games for the Xbox Series X as
No,
well.
I'm talking like exclusives.
I don't
Not,
know what
not,
exclusives.
not, not
Godfall is the only one that we know of. I
like
don't know.
I mean, we could expect. I don't know what. Okay, maybe I'm hyping up too much what Sony could show, but I mean, like what we could expect. We could see a new Horizon. We could see a new God of War. We
For
could see
launch.
maybe not launch, but Horizon we could see for launch, maybe, I think. God of War, we could get a tidbit of what's going on with that. The next gen God of War. That'll get people's
Yeah, they will get
little
people
antsy.
talking. Yeah, they will get
Yeah.
people talking. But I don't think
And
it's
remember,
going to be
and also
launch.
remember Naughty Dog has like almost 2 studios worth of people. They got one working on something and they got an off team. Off team was busy for a while they were making The Last of Us too, so what were they up to?
What were they up to? I mean, with Naughty Dog, I don't know right now because they've gone.
'Cause I think maybe they'll go for a new IP, or maybe I don't think they'll go back to Uncharted. Like they'll give that a little bit of rest, I think.
Blasphemy! Oh my gosh, I can't believe you said that. Blasphemy. Oh
I
gosh.
think they'll give that a little bit of a rest,
Oh
like
my
just for a
word.
bit,
I,
maybe a few years,
I
not like a
can't.
whole decade, but just like a few years. Just let it settle, and then
I
like when
can't
people get
believe you said that.
getting,
I'm gonna faint in my chair. Oh my gosh.
then people get a bit thirsty for it again. Then like, oh, Sony's like, oh, you guys want this, so we'll just make another one then.
Yes, of course we want it.
It's better than like having your Call of Duty where it's like the same game every year. You get your full, but like yeah.
I haven't had an Uncharted game
hmm
for since 2017.
Okay,
It's been a while.
that's long enough. That's been long enough.
It's been long. I want my
I haven't had a
Uncharted.
good Mass Effect since like 2012.
Yes, but
So
you got your Mass Effect. You just need remasters, and unfortunately Andromeda was just eh. Um,
yeah, so we'll
I
just wait for your remasters on Chart. Oh wait, you already got that. So what are you complaining about?
but I
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
I'm so
Exactly,
sorry.
exactly,
I'm so sorry for
exactly.
your Mass Effect.
Consider other people when you speak,
I'm
please,
so
please,
sorry.
please.
But now that everybody's
Okay.
saying also in chat, everybody's saying Knack 3. You guys, seriously, Knack 3.
Well, I mean, they did too, so they have to just finish the story, finish the fight, the
And they
next
should,
three.
yeah,
I
and
don't know what the story is in that, but like they have to finish the fight, I guess.
they should go also, like Maddie says, with the new IP. I do agree with that. And Tian Toasty says God of War thinks God of War's coming out 2022, which I kind of agree. How dare you deny LaFemmeN Nolan North? You see? You see? But
You can do another character in freaking a Naughty Dog game. He doesn't have to just be one character. He's you know,
but he's
you
Nate.
know,
He's
you know,
Nate.
you know.
He is Nate.
I
But
actually wouldn't mind to see what Naughty Dog could do with like a sci-fi kind of setting, but I don't think they'll do that. They like
they were
in my
going
real.
to do a sci-fi
I know
S game.
there was hints like the comic books in Last of Us. I think those were like kind of hints, like of
They
maybe a new
were,
IP, maybe. But
they
but
were thinking about it, but then they
yeah,
chucked it.
but I think they like their relatable scenario sort of
Mm.
thing,
And
like
Tiantos says,
realistic
oh,
sort of thing.
Tiantosi would like a remaster of Evil Within 1. That's also a good one, a good remaster. That
Mm,
that would also be a good one. But I just want to say to you guys, what do you guys think of? Because yes, okay, PlayStation had Crash Bandicoot, the trilogy and everything like that a couple of years back. When was it? Was it last year or the year before? I can't remember.
I think the year before last.
Do you think, even though I know they've done basically a remaster of Ratchet and Clank, do you think they should do a Ratchet and Clank trilogy of their other games? You don't think they should remaster any of the Ratchet and Clank games as a trilogy to be not child friendly, but to have, because it's
I think Ratchet and Clank have been around since the PS2 era, and they've had their
so was
time.
Crash.
They've had their time to shine, I think.
But so was Crash.
I think they've also gotten 1 or 2 remasters for Ratchet and Clank.
And they got the one that I know of that was on
Yeah,
PS4.
I think the IP you can let rest a little bit.
So
I wouldn't
you
mind seeing a remaster of Resistance or like a remake, because that series had potential. I just think that maybe Insomniac was being pushed in too many directions with it, and like they.
Yeah, well, we know what they're going to be working on now.
Yeah, well.
Spider-Man 2.
They're just gonna pump out Spider-Man games until like 2030. So yeah.
And yes, Maddie, I would play Nate even if he was on a wheelchair. I would. PS Plus next month predictions. Oh gosh, Maddie, it could be anything. I wouldn't be surprised if they actually. I know that they like to have their PlayStation hits every now and again becoming one of their PS Plus games.
Well,
I don't know.
They're not gonna beat the Epic Store, which was like GTA 5. So
nobody can beat that.
that was like legit free. Like you just have to you just have to download Epic Game Store and like you can get it for free. That's not even like paying for like PS Plus. You can just go in there now. Well, you could have. I don't know if it's still there. I think they updated with Civ 5 now, so you can get that for free. Like Epic really wants you to get their store. Like,
I still need to get that though.
They bring out the big guns.
And also, wait. Okay, so Maddie's not a fan for Ratchet and Clank, so that's no. And Kaki Resistance wants Resistance 1 and 2.
Yeah, I told you. See.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to like go out to like because you want the cute characters to come back. I don't know.
Yeah, cute characters. That's so 90s.
And what if they come with and if a new IP, like Maddie said, a new IP with cute characters?
What? I don't know. I don't know what they could do, like cute character new IP, like with platforming and whatnot.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd have to do something fairly different and unique and interesting, like because Nintendo has that on like lockdown. Like.
Okay, I know they've got the cute characters on lockdown.
Yeah, they don't even try. Like then, like Nintendo will spit one out. Like it'll be they'll just go to guys who make Pokemon and just like, yeah, new character please, spit out like 50 and like, okay, done.
And also, for just moving on from PlayStation, saying that they're going to be announcing these games, because we can just guess till our heart's content we won't know until we see something.
Before we move on, so the rumors going around is it's going to be early June, right? That they're going to do this whole reveal thing.
Early June. Yes. Early June. Okay.
I think the rumor was the 4th of June, but it might have been pushed back a little bit because they're getting some things in order. But
yeah.
But with soon you can never tell, because soon could be any time between now and infinity.
Yes.
Yeah.
But a company that has basically put on lockdown when they are going to be showing the world all their many games is Xbox. And one of those many games is Halo Infinite, and they're saying that they will most definitely be showing it.
At last, because it's like we've seen those in-engine footage trailers. Now we get to see some actual like
gameplay.
I think Microsoft know what gameplay is now. They learned.
I hope they do. I really hope they know what gameplay is.
What the difference between a cinematic or in-game trailer is versus a gameplay trailer. I think they learned the lesson.
So basically,
I'm gonna go on a limb, but I think they learned the lesson.
So they are just saying that they are gonna go all out. Microsoft has said they are gonna go all out in July.
I mean, they've got the studios now to do it. I just don't know if the studios they bought in the last 2 years have had enough time to do anything. Like Obsidian's definitely not going to be able to do anything because they just had what was that game? The Outer Worlds?
Yes.
Yes, they just had that. So
And that
I'm
didn't
pretty
do too
sure.
bad.
No, that
That
did
did
pretty
alright.
well because that gave everyone who was missing that Fallout fix. It gave them like the people suffering from Fallout 76
The
like
poor people
problems.
suffering.
Yeah, like they wanted their Fallout fix. They got that with that. So and Obsidian, I think Obsidian are actually kind of a little bit underrated. They've just never had the budget to make a full-on AAA game and with the time to polish it up. And I think they could now that they have Microsoft as a backer.
Yeah.
They could actually make a really, really good RPG. Like I'm talking an RPG that could potentially rival maybe something that CD Projekt Red could do. But it depends on what direction they go. Like they could go like keep the game sort of small, or they could go big, big.
Yeah, because I
But
remember that announcement during E3 when they announced like all those 17 companies and everything that they bought and blah 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 blah. Blah.
yeah,
But it at the end of the day, I mean, it has to be quality content. It can't be
yeah.
some
Look, a
because some
couple
of
of the
this
studios.
stuff is just.
Yeah, like I mean, we waited for Crackdown like most of the generation. That was that was a little disappointing. I don't even know who the studio
What
was
do you
that was
mean?
working on it.
No, what do you mean? Little disappointing.
I was
It,
being sarcastic. I'm allowed to be sarcastic.
yeah, because that was just wow. The fact that they released that after all those years and that's what it looked like is just poor performance
Yeah.
there,
Oh yeah,
really.
Kaki's saying they also bought We Happy Few devs who aren't the
The
best. I
best,
will
yeah.
say, yeah, that's also true. Like
That
We Happy Few,
game.
that game was a little undercooked
Mm.
and maybe not the best. But maybe they'll have direction given from Microsoft, or they get their heads chopped off like EA style studio.
Okay, it went dark real quick.
Yeah, well, I mean, like the people go on about EA closing studios. Microsoft also has a history of closing down studios, but okay, but we'll see.
Yeah, we're not gonna bash.
They
We're
had
not
a
gonna
fair,
bash.
they had a fair amount of studios like at the beginning of the 360 era for them, and then they like near the midway to halfway into that era, they started closing down studios like a lot.
Yeah, but we're not here because we're not comparing even. It's just we're just talking
Yeah,
about
but
PS5 and the Xbox Series X and what we hope to expect from them.
but I mean, they could blow it out the water. I mean,
Yeah,
like if Halo is like Halo just gets by on just its name, like I would say the last game wasn't so hot because of the story, the directions they went, but like it's still Halo. It's not like a small franchise. They can get away with.
you gave Kaki ideas now. Head chopping confirmed at Microsoft.
Yeah, head
And
chopping simulator. It'll come free with flight simulator.
Thunder Phoenix. What's Halo? Isn't it a Beyonce song? Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
it
I
is.
mean, they haven't.
I mean,
Halo.
they will.
It better be good because
I
people. I
think it will
mean,
be good. Like it depends. Hopefully, 343 took all the feedback they got from Halo 5 and like they worked on it. And because I mean, like I think Halo is not on its last legs, but it like the IP itself is gonna be look very diminished if it's like another like half like successful game.
they
It'll
need
be
to
like
revive it properly.
it'll be
Like,
like how Doom was like after Doom 3 came out, like for all those years it's languishing in development and like not going anywhere. It'll be like that for a while for Halo if
yeah.
the next game isn't that great.
Breaking news: Beyonce sues Microsoft for using the use of Halo brand. I think. Wait, no. I think they
Oh,
used the Halo before Beyonce came up with that song. I can say that.
when did Beyonce come out with that song?
In around about 2000 and I think 8, 2000 and
Nah,
2007,
nah, that's
2008.
Microsoft had a long term. They had it at the beginning of the 2000s,
Yeah,
like
so
way.
Beyonce can't. I know she would. I know people. You know what? People could play that song while they're playing the game. It would be hilarious.
Mm.
I would love to see
I'm
that.
sure I'm sure on YouTube there's like a
I'm
collection of
sure.
videos that was just
When
like
that song
in
came
the
out.
background. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
I'm sure
so
there is.
yeah, so basically Microsoft, they just said that they are going to be showing first this July
This is in
first
July,
party,
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
first party Xbox Series X event, and major
I
third
think it'll be
parties.
better than what they did with the last one.
Yeah,
What was it?
but
Xbox
wait,
Experience or whatever is
but
called.
wait. They say here major third parties will also be present. Do we
Uh,
wonder if Ubisoft will be there?
was Ubisoft still invited to come after last
I
time?
don't know. Guys, chat, do you think
It's like,
Ubisoft will be
mm,
invited to this
it's like they're
Xbox?
doing the show and like they remember like the last one. It's like, should we have Ubisoft again? I don't know.
Should we invite them? Oh no, they're gonna have gameplay because they did
I mean,
gameplay
I
last
don't know what
time.
gameplay is, so
It's
should we
just
really?
yeah. Should they invite? Should Microsoft invite them? Should they? Seriously, should they invite them? I don't know if they should invite them. I mean, I wouldn't. But they're gonna have to, even though Ubisoft are gonna have their own little thing.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll show something else. Like, what was there was supposed to be another game coming out this year from Ubisoft, Watch Dogs,
Legion.
Legion. Isn't that also coming out this year?
I don't know if it's
I
coming out
haven't
this
seen
year.
anything since like I think the end of last year, right?
I think it's part of their next fiscal year, 2021. So I don't think we're going to be getting Watch Dogs Legion this year. I don't know actually. I mean,
Yeah, maybe
at
they'll
this point
maybe
we
they'll
don't
bring it
know.
out again.
Yeah, at this point
Like
we don't know
more
because they
British
could
people beating the
old
crap out of each other.
old British people, and also
Yeah.
Skull and Bones. Also, apparently it's dead. We
Ooh, and the
don't.
grannies and the
Yeah,
grannies
the
and the grannies.
grannies. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that Ubisoft, they are gonna have their little digital thing, and I mean, we'll just have to see what Ubisoft show. But then you have to take it with a grain of salt because it's really like, it's not gonna.
Oh, we got a hot take from Maddie here. Unpopular opinion from me. Valhalla
Valhalla
may
may
not
not.
be a hit.
I don't actually think that's unpopular, Maddie.
Yeah, I don't think that's
After
unreasonable.
after the Ghost of Tsushima, you should check a lot of the comments once they show the state of play. A lot of people said this is the game that Ubisoft should have released and they didn't, and they're losing out because that is the Assassin's Creed Ninja Samurai game that they wanted. So people might actually purchase
Yeah.
Ghost of
I mean,
Tsushima over. I don't know. It did take away from Valhalla. I will say that.
But I mean, like, I liked it when Ubisoft went from like, okay, we're gonna release Assassin's Creed every year to like every second year or
Yes.
so.
Yeah.
Like that, like it gave it like room to breathe because it's not Assassin's Creed is not like a Call of Duty you can just spit out every year and whatnot. Like give it a bit to breathe and like make people want it for a while, then bring it out. But not because there was an Assassin's Creed game that came out last year, right? Odyssey, right? Or
No, it came out 2 years
the
ago.
year before,
Mm.
2 years ago. Okay,
Well,
so there wasn't
2018. Yeah,
there wasn't
2018.
Assassin's Creed last year.
No, there was no Assassin's Creed last year.
Okay, it just feels like they popped it
They
up.
had, yeah, what happened with Odyssey is that they released like these DLCs, but it was stories, and they had it over different quarters of each year that you could play, and it was released over those different quarters, and it had its own little stories that all blended in together. So they did have stuff releasing, but it was like DLCs, but part of the story. They were trying something new, I think, with it. So they did have it, but
Yeah, but
not everyone was playing it.
You were talking about earlier about Skull and Bones. Like I see also Thunder Phoenix saying like that's delayed till like 2021.
I mean, and that game was announced like long
Yeah, and it's basically just
ago.
the pirate sections from Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, it's basically
like,
So I don't know why it's taking so long to make it if they basically taking that model of that game.
Maybe it's just hard to like add more gameplay into it because like you basically just gonna be like on a boat. Maybe they don't want it to be like Sea of Thieves.
You haven't mentioned Sea of Thieves.
Throwing shade by accident there. Oops.
I mean, like Maddie said, it may take me 1.5 years to complete Odyssey. At the rate I play, me too. I need to finish it. I do need to finish it.
Yeah, but some games are getting like a lot of games actually are getting like ridiculously long to the point where it's like it's not like a game that you can easily finish. Like I love my 60-hour RPGs where it takes me forever to finish it because you can dive deep into the world, but like not every game needs to
Yeah.
be a 60 like I'm happy like some games like you can get away with it being 20 hours even though it's like but you have to price it correctly obviously.
Mm.
But I'm okay if a game like the developers like think okay we can only get like maybe 20 hours of gameplay out of this before people get bored or sick or like they just can't finish it. Like then it's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
If you know your vision, you know what you're going for, it's fine. You don't need to pad the thing out because a lot of games now is like it's open world. Go find the feather in the corner of the map and add it to your thing for the side
Not
quest.
the feather, please, not the feather in the corner of the map.
Yeah, cause,
Hell no, the damn feather. But
and then
it's
and then
also,
and then just pad out the story
yeah,
like
there's nothing
for no reason.
wrong, I think, with releasing a game that's 20 or 30 hours long, but it has that replayability aspect to it that you can play it over and
Yeah,
over
no,
again and it's fun. You
Mm.
don't necessarily need, like you said, it to be that long, 60 hours. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a lot. And Thunder Phoenix also mentioned about a game, also the JRPG game Fairy Tale has been delayed until later this year. And I actually have seen something on that game Fairy Tale. I saw it somewhere on YouTube. I have heard of it. It's not, I don't think it's well known. I mean,
Mm.
I don't know if you've heard of it. I've seen like
I've like heard slight things about it, like, but I don't know that much about it, if I'm honest. I don't want to. I don't know. I would literally be shooting in the dark if I told you any information about it. So.
yeah, we don't know. Maybe we should like look into it. But there's a lot of stuff. They just announce these things way too soon. And I know they want to hype people up, but it doesn't. Sometimes it just falls flat and it does not work. Just keep it to yourselves. And if you're going to be releasing it in the next like 4 to 5 months, awesome. I mean, you can push it with a year and a half, but not 5 years. 6 years, and we're still waiting unless you're Cyberpunk. But but I mean, like,
yeah.
They got.
I mean, yeah.
Say, go.
I mean, like, we're getting to the point now. We're gonna have like heavy hitters coming out. Like Sony and Microsoft are going proper at each other now. They're gonna be like, this is first party. This is like the legit stuff. So. Are we excited going into this, or are we just like they might mess up, or are we like I don't know what to expect sort of thing? What is your view?
I don't know because I'm just looking away from the screen as well because Scorn's trailer's playing. Maddie's like my favorite thing.
A delightful game.
Yeah, such a delightful game. And Tiantosi also said Bioshock 4 teaser website. Bioshock 4? Teaser?
So Infinite wasn't the end, even though it was called Infinity. Anyway.
Oh gosh. So wait, that is a website which is meant to be a hint of Bioshock. I don't know if you want to check that out on your side, if you can. Info guy, but I don't know. The thing is that Microsoft, I actually do hope for them that they have a good show. I really do hope that they have a good show. They show proper gameplay. It's not too annoying where they're talking too much. It's fine to talk about the game and for like about a good, maybe like 10 minutes is pushing it, I think. You can talk about the game, but not too long. I mean,
just have a nice flow. It's like all about just getting a nice pace into it. It's like
I think they're able to do it.
A lot of announcements like they get the pacing wrong. Like they go too long in the talking,
Yes.
or they don't get to the point, or it just doesn't feel like it flows nicely, and that's where people get bored, or they're like, "Oh, this is like so."
It feels like you're at school. It starts to feel like you're at school and you're watching
these. Being lectured to you. You're not like, "Oh, this is stuff I really want to know." It's not. Yeah.
Keep it like they need to just. I do believe that Microsoft can do a good show, and they can show off the Xbox Series X properly. They just need to work on showing actual gameplay, and also they have to show new stuff. They cannot go back now on what they've shown on Inside Xbox and just maybe show a little bit more of it. you cannot. I don't think they should go back on stuff. You need to show completely new stuff, because if they start showing stuff that they showed at Inside in like Xbox, like gameplay or something during their show, it's not. We've seen it. We don't. Yes, okay, we didn't see gameplay, but we want to see new stuff. And I think they need to understand that, like, if you want to get the consumers in, you need to show new stuff. It can't be repetitive all the time. I know that they might think that it's new by showing gameplay, but it's not, because even with IGN and stuff, they've been showing gameplay for some of those games anyway. So you can't, you need to come up with the new stuff. So when they start saying stuff like they are going to hit it out the park and they're going to basically, go all out, you better go all out. You can't make those statements anymore and not show what you've got.
Because people be thirsty. They want that news.
Yeah, they're thirsty. They want that news. They want to see it. I mean, you have to, that surely they have learnt. Now, this is what the people who want gameplay, you can talk about it for a bit, not too long, and move on to the next one. But and the world premieres, like we all,
I kind of like the world premieres.
Everybody enjoys it.
It's cheesy, but I like it.
Yes, it's
the good kind of cheese.
Yeah, even Kaki mentioned it in chat, the world premiere, because it's coming up on the thing that I'm showing.
I mean, like if you had someone announcing like every time you walked into a room world premiere, would you not have it?
I mean,
I
of
would
course,
have it.
Yeah. So
and I'd be very dramatically entering the room.
Yes, and they need it. Like, keep those little things, because that's what we know them for. I mean, we were expecting the world premiere. Like, it's just their thing. So
it's part of their thing now.
Yeah, so they should keep stuff like that, but the talking, keep it at a minimum. Please keep it. I know they want to speak to the devs and everything like that, but I mean, I even watched. I actually didn't even watch the whole thing, but I know it's not part of Xbox or Microsoft or anything like that, but I can't even say the name of the game. I don't think I can say it right. Valorant?
Yeah, that's right.
Valorant. I mean, it was part of this. We didn't even cover it for the Summer Games Fest. I watched it and I didn't even watch the whole thing because they showed nothing. They just announced that the game is coming sooner than what people anticipated. And then they just spoke.
For the people who, the way they did that trailer wasn't too bad, I will say, because the reason was, it was in beta for a while. It came out, a whole bunch of people got to play the beta. It was like the new hot thing on Twitch for quite a while.
Yes, I saw.
And they announced it would be coming later in the year. So when that trailer came out, it was okay. So because the whole pandemic thing, we're not going to release it later. We're going to release it next week. So it was like kind of a little bit of hype. It wasn't it was
cool. But then there's another. Then they go into the in-depth talking, and then it's just like you've lost me.
I can't. I saw the short version. I just saw the fun, but I ignored the.
They showed. They had that the announcement and everything, and then they went straight into the talking, and it's just like. Okay, I'm glad we did miss this one because I would have been bored to tears. It really would have been just...
Yeah.
So they need to... Because they spoke for a good 20 minutes and it's just too much. It's way too much. But wait, okay, I'll skip it, Kaki. Wait, let me switch it off. I'll switch it off because we're going to move on to the next thing and you'll like the next thing we were talking about. But yes, I do think that Microsoft... I will give them the benefit of a doubt.
Yeah, I think they do listen to feedback, and I hope they learn. So we'll see. I think it'll work.
We all hope that they will learn. And I think they will. I'm giving them right now, chat. You heard it from me. Today is the 23rd of May, 2020. I am giving them a benefit of a doubt. Microsoft, I'm giving you the benefit of a doubt that you're gonna do a good show. I swear, if you do a really bad job, I'm going to go on the podcast. I'm going to be like, guys, you let me down.
Mm-hmm.
You really let me down. But I don't know. Do you really think they're going to do a good job?
I think, I just hope they don't lean too much on Halo, and I hope they've got other things to show apart from just Halo.
Yeah.
Like, if they lean too hard into Halo and then like everything else is like Halo is like just for instance, say like the show they put on is like 15 minutes and Halo is 10 minutes and the rest of the games are 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's uh, like the Halo could be the best game in the world, but like it's just one game.
Yeah.
And I know Halo's supposed to come out this year as well. Hey, it's supposed to be a launch game.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
We,
launch.
we actually haven't seen much of it for it being a launch game for this year.
We probably haven't seen much of Godfall for it to be a launch game for PS5.
Yeah, I know. That's true. But that was announced at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Halo
was
was like
E3.
2 years of E3 before
I suppose,
that.
yeah.
So
Maybe they did do it a little too soon.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, Chad, if you're looking forward to it, I think we're just giving Microsoft a benefit of a doubt. But one company that we don't have to worry about is fan favorites, I think. I'm saying that, and I hope I'm being right.
I think they're the internet's favorite at this point.
The internet's favorite. CD Projekt Red has surpassed Ubisoft to become the most valuable game company in Europe. What does this mean, Infogo? What does this mean for them?
It doesn't mean much, but like, okay, like, so, you know how companies go up and down the stock exchange and like it's basically people just speculating and whatnot.
Yes.
But since Ubisoft has not been like doing so great lately, their shares have been down a bit. And since CD Projekt Red has the hottest, I'm gonna go out on a Libya and say they have the hottest game coming out this year.
Yes.
And they've been just like since Witcher came on Netflix, people just kept buying more Witcher games, like more than the actual release, which is kind of ridiculous. And like it just seems like they're gonna hit the moon. Basically, when CD Projekt Red release Cyberpunk, it's gonna just shoot them to the moon. It's gonna be like it's gonna rival maybe a GTA release.
I knew you were gonna say GTA release.
That's big because that's like a game that makes $1 billion when it comes out.
I know, and it's still making GTA 5 is still making money.
GTA 5 has been on like the top 10 sellers list of NPDs in the US. So like the last, like since it's come out. To now, which is like ridiculous. Like how does a game stay on the top 10 list for that long?
I don't know. It's the formula of Rockstar.
But people are like the shareholders are speculating that the Cyberpunk game is going to be like that. It's going to be that big.
They're hoping.
And they have the history to prove it because The Witcher kind of sells a bit like GTA, not quite as much, but it kind of sells. Like you see the legs it has. So, and people are saying like, okay, so let's hoy our money into those shares. And now we have the comparison between them and Ubisoft, which releases a ton of games a year. And like the comparisons between the two is like ridiculous. Like CD Projekt Red release a game like once every couple of years, and Ubisoft release a few games every year.
Yeah, so the comparison,
it's just the fact that CDPR can even compare to Ubisoft in terms of share value is like crazy. It's ridiculous. Like how. It just shows how well they've been doing and how they've just polished. They've just worked on what they want to make, and it seems to be paying off, literally.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't even think about it that till you mentioned also the Witcher show on Netflix. I didn't even think about that actually made more sales of games. I honestly didn't think about it.
It's like, oh, there's a game, and it's a good game. It's like, oh.
So, I mean, for Maddie, GTA 5 is still on top 5 list of titles sold last month on PSN.
Yeah, I told you. It's crazy.
Oh,
it's
Kaki,
like
really?
How? Why are people still buying?
Kaki says Rockstar announce GTA 6 same day Cyberpunk, it will crush it. No, I don't think so. I think a lot of people have pre-ordered Cyberpunk. It's like...
No, I think the CDPR said like the pre-orders for Cyberpunk are already beyond what they had for Witcher 3. So it's gonna go buku. It's gonna go crazy.
Yeah. So it's I mean, it must be also because Ubisoft has made a lot of that's because of the dancing panda again. It's it's like also Ubisoft revenue is much higher, but this is just value. But nonetheless, it's good for a Polish company. I mean, they are good. They're transparent with their fans.
Not the top the highest valued company in like Poland. I mean, game company in Poland. They're like the top rated game company in Europe, the whole of Europe.
Yeah,
which is like crazy. It's extremely good for a Polish game company. It's like ridiculously good for a Polish game company. It's like crazy good.
And I mean, I've seen interviews with these guys. I mean, they're really cool guys. They're really chill and like I was trying to say, they're very transparent with the public. They're really like after that 1 year at E3, basically telling people there's not going to be microtransactions. There's not going to be this. There's not going to be that. Like if we have DLC, it's going to be free. You don't have to pay for this. You don't have to pay for that. It's like they were literally throwing a whole bunch of other companies under the bus and being like, guys, if you pay for it once, that's it. You know what I mean?
And I mean, like when they do an expansion, it's like an expansion. It's like the expansion packs or DLC they released for The Witcher 3. Like each of them are like almost entire games by themselves, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's crazy value they give.
So, yeah, I think Ubisoft does have themselves to blame as well.
Yeah.
They do. I mean...
They push out as much as they can to get as much as they can. Like, I think what really pushed Ubisoft under was probably, what was it? Ghost Recon Breakpoint, right? That was last year, right?
That was a train smash. It really was
bad. Yeah, apparently it didn't do so well. Even though they got the Punisher to be in it.
Yeah, it was so buggy. It was just... I mean, I don't know what they were thinking.
I think they were just pushing to get it out because instead of like focusing on making the game as good as you can. Like they've done it before. I think what it was with Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Like when it initially came out, it was like a buggy mess.
Oh no, Syndicate was fine. Unity was bad. Unity was bad.
Unity. Which one's the one set in France?
Unity, right? Unity was bad. Syndicate.
Sorry.
I know Syndicate was fine because I played that and I didn't have any issues.
Okay, I'm talking about Unity. Sorry.
Yeah, Unity was the one with the creepy eyes and the teeth and the...
Yeah, the disappearing faces.
Yeah, the things that give you nightmares at night.
Yeah. But it just shows like they were rushing to get the games out to meet the fiscal whatever deadline.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't, like, I know you have to run it a bit like a business, but you can't run it so strict like a business that it affects the quality of like the game, because then people are going to see that and people are not going to buy it.
Yeah, and you're also going to be known for it because it's still to this day, if you see like any gaming news channel, whatever, they will have their top 10 of like bad games or bad releases, and that is always on their top 10.
Yeah, like talk about reputation. Like CD Projekt Red have built this reputation over a decade to get to this point. Like they had to build up from the ground up to get the reputation they have now.
Yeah.
And it's paying off. Now with Ubisoft, like they've had like a mixed reputation. Like they do release good games most of the time, but they do kind of misstep some of the time as well. And they kind of wonky with like sometimes with the DLC and maybe a little bit with those XP boost things. And
when they misstep, Ubisoft, they misstep really badly.
Yeah,
unfortunately for them, it does happen.
It's sucky to say, but people remember that more than the good stuff you do.
And also, Phoenix, we can only hope that GTA 6 will be out in 2022. We know.
I mean, the Rockstar take their time, so that's always a good thing. That's how Rockstar can get away with like the long time frames there. Like they release like maybe 1 or 2 games a generation.
I saw something where they said they're gonna release 90 odd games in the next 5 years.
What?
Yep.
How much?
Well, it was actually Take-Two. They said it. So
Oh, Take-Two. No.
yeah.
Okay, Take-Two I can understand. Rockstar releasing that many is like
Yeah,
crazy.
wait,
I
no,
don't think.
here, Take-Two. Sorry, my bad.
Okay, yeah. Rockstar is like
90 odd games in the next 5 years. So,
yeah. That's definitely Take-Two. That's definitely not Rockstar. Rockstar is like okay, we'll release our one game this decade and we're done.
but they don't.
Okay.
But that's it works for them. They do
Yeah.
release
No,
quality
like
stuff.
the games they release are like top notch, like industry leading.
Yeah.
Like I mean the year when Red Dead 2 came out, the only thing that beat it was God of War, and God of War was like a generation like
Yeah.
defining kind of game.
But that
So
no one thought would be good, but it was. Sorry.
yeah.
I just had to. And I remember the Game Awards when it was between basically Red Dead 2 and God of War. I remember that. I was like, please let God of War win, please.
Yeah.
But
God of
yeah.
War just edged out. But I mean I think they got the vote right with God of War.
Yeah. They just better get the
But,
second game right.
but also with Rockstar releases there's gonna be a point where like they'll announce a game and then it'll get delayed. They
Yeah.
usually do that at least once. They always announce a game. They think it's gonna come out then. It's like no, sorry, delayed a little bit.
Yeah, and like Maddie said, they did just release one game this gen. To be fair, it really was like, yeah.
But it's a really good game. I don't mind if a developer makes one game a generation. You don't
Yeah.
need to spit it out. But like we were talking about Ubisoft.
Yeah.
I think Ubisoft has just maybe spread themselves too thin,
Yeah,
and they were
they
just trying to get as much as they could out to make money instead of like you can. I think they have the resources to just focus on making quality instead of like quantity.
Yeah, I just feel like Ubisoft also they were like on such a they were in a good path and they were doing
Mm,
well, and
mm,
then somehow it just became like they were going through that phase I think that every company goes through, where they were just focusing a lot on their loot boxes and this and that and microtransactions, and it just deviated from the good
yeah.
stuff that they had done prior to that, because they were pretty, they were in a good place, and then
Mm,
that's
mm.
especially with Breakpoint, it just was a big oof. And
Yeah, because I
it
mean, it was basically like it was just copy and paste from the previous game, and they just
yes,
changed the jungle to an island.
yeah, and it just, because it was buggy and everything like that, it I mean,
Mm,
fans were not happy about it, and rightly so.
yeah,
So I mean, I don't know if it's a very bitter
and they just
pill.
recently dropped the
Yeah.
ball a bit with Valhalla
Yeah,
as
it's
well,
a very
kind of.
bitter pill for them to swallow, and they need to understand you can't do like they did with Valhalla now too. It's not
Mm,
gameplay, guys. Come on,
yeah,
it's not gameplay.
I
You need
think
to learn.
the thing with the stock price thing is that it fluctuates from week to week. It's just to highlight that this is how big CD Projekt Red have gotten, how far Ubisoft have fallen. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like a great way to show. It just shows you like you have to keep working on your, your games and just keep making them top quality instead of just trying to push them out as quick as you can to make money.
and also like, the communication that they have with their audience, all of us. CD Projekt Red do a really really good job of
Oh
that.
yeah, see, probably really like
Yeah.
they're on top form when it comes to that. They
So
like
a lot of companies can learn from them. They really can
mm,
learn from, and it's very simple stuff. It's not like they're doing groundbreaking things here. They
yeah,
are literally just talking directly to fans. They're not making them feel like they're idiots, because some companies do that. They think we're idiots, but we're not. We know what they're trying to do. So don't talk down to us. They don't do that. They're basically the most transparent company I think that I've seen so far. So, you know, other companies, take a note. Just take a note from CD Projekt Red, and maybe that's why they are doing so well. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Get it together.
mm. But I
So
think well, we'll see. But it's like it's just interesting to see like two different companies, like how people how people value them
yeah,
basically.
I don't think I don't think they are. I don't think they're overrated. I think they
Mm,
do. I think they deserve the credit that they are getting,
I mean, like
because
if
a lot of companies don't.
yeah, they
They
stuck to their
treat
guns,
us,
they stick
yeah.
to the quality.
I
They
think they treat also gamers properly. it's not just about the games that they make, it's also how they treat us.
Yeah.
Because if you see how your EAs and all these other kind, even Ubisoft, how they treat us like we are fools. No. Don't tell us that's gameplay. We know it's not gameplay. Like, you know what I mean? It's 2020. You cannot tell gamers that is gameplay. That is like talking down to us. We know what gameplay is. It's not that they're being overrated. I don't think it's that. It's just, give credit where credit is due. And I think CD Projekt Red does deserve that credit, as opposed to other companies that get all this glory, but what do? They mistreat us, the gamers, with their loot boxes and their microtransactions and everything like that. So I think they should get some credit. I mean,
I think with the release of the release of Cyberpunk, like, CD Projekt Red are going to solidify themselves as like a major powerhouse. Like, if that game comes out and it's as good as everyone expects it to be, it's going to it's going to put CD Projekt Red up in the echelons. Like, I mean, they're going to be up there with the Rockstars and like the two Rockstars.
Yeah.
And
Rockstars.
And like the AAA studios at Sony.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to be up there with the big boys. Like, they're never going to be associated as like a small little upstart like Polish game company that is like struggling to get by and make things good. Like, they'll be like top tier.
Yeah, and rightly so. And Kaki says, I want to see at least 8 more trailers for Valhalla.
Yeah,
you might get it.
I'm sure we'll get them.
You might just get it, Kaki.
And they'll show all the individual different editions that you'll get for it.
Yes, everything. But I mean,
the
I think
gold edition, the silver edition,
every edition,
the X edition,
that
the
too,
non-X edition,
that too, deluxe edition, every freaking edition. We just give one edition with everything in it. It's just, come on, guys. That's another thing that CD Projekt Red,
the complete edition,
they were
the
like
super complete edition, the even more complete edition.
They had like CD Projekt. They had 2. I think they have 2 games that they're releasing, but the one was like exceptionally, like, you got a whole bunch of crap with it if you wanted it.
Like,
and they were like, you guys don't,
like
deluxe. And then they still said you guys don't have to purchase this because you're gonna get everything in the normal package. It's just, this is for like hardcore fans. So they basically told people, don't buy it if you don't want this other stuff with it. Just get the normal one and you get everything that's in the other one. It's just extra little goodies that you get. It's got nothing to do with the game. It's just little, I don't know, tchotchkes or whatever you want to call it. So, but anyway, I mean, I know we're praising them, but I think they do deserve it. Just a little praise.
We'll also call them out when they do their whole lab practice stuff, which is the crunch and whatnot. We'll also call them out.
We will call them out. You guys know.
They do good. When they do bad, we will also call them out.
Yeah, we will. You know, we will always call people out. We even called out Naughty Dog. I never thought I'd see the day when I'd call out Naughty Dog, but I did. It hurt, but I did it. So if they trip and fall, we will call them out on it. We will more than likely, I mean, that will be the first thing that we talk about. And we'll be like, okay, we're going back to that podcast that we did on the 23rd of May. And so, yeah, we're calling them out. So if it does happen, it does happen. So, but I mean, that's it for this week, guys. I mean, nothing else really happened other than like what you guys told us in chat. I mean, other than that,
I think going...
Zebo just came in. Sorry, Zebo. We're ending it now. What were you saying, Info Guy?
I think, like, going forward, we will get more news. I think the next few weeks, like, I think we had a bit of a high point in this month where we had, like, a fair bit of news coming out. Like, every week there was a little bit of something. But, like, near the end of this month, like, we've started to get, like, it's going downhill. But I think the beginning of next month, hopefully, cross fingers, Sony, don't let me down with your soons.
And Microsoft, don't let us down in July.
Microsoft said they're in July, so you can't say anything bad. They said when they're gonna do it. Sony haven't said when they're gonna do their whole thing, Bob.
It's gonna be the first week of June.
All we know with Sony is soon.
Okay, you know what, guys? What I'll do is on Discord, I will put something up there when do you guys think Sony will be doing their little show, their little event? I'll put that up. I must just remember to do that. And we can go vote on Discord. But thank you guys so much, Zebo. I'm sorry. Welcome. And we're ending it now too. And I'm sorry that about your PC parts. That's gotta hurt.
Oh, with Intel, the new GPUs. You have to get a new motherboard every time Intel brings out a chip. So good luck with that.
Oh, it's been 3 months, Zebo says. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I mean,
Zebo.
AMD is not the best for gaming, but at least the motherboards last a while.
Yo, Maddie says that's gotta hurt. Sorry, Zebo. We send our condolences. Whenever Hugh Jackman says they will do it. Oh my gosh. Whatever that's not. You guys are gonna say that in Discord as well, I'm sure. Oh, it keeps Zebo up at night. Sorry, Zebo. Sorry. But guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it as always. Don't worry, Zebo, if you missed the podcast. It's going to be up on Twitch now anyway. You can go back and watch it. Don't worry. It'll be up on YouTube tomorrow. But thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to Thunder Phoenix as well at the beginning for giving us that link about it was Gran Turismo, right? It was Gran Turismo, yes.
Gran Turismo 7 with the logo.
And the leak and everything like that. And everybody else for giving us links to other things. Also, T and Tosi with Bioshock 4 for that link. Kaki put that link in. Thank you so much for that. Thank you for being here, guys. We will obviously be back next week, Saturday, with some more gaming news. Crossing fingers. Something awesome happens this week.
We'll have the best 2 news ever.
Yes, we're hoping. Please give us Gaming God something good to announce next weekend, and we have stuff to talk about. But thank you guys so much. Stay safe. Take care of yourselves out there, please. Info Guy, you want to sign off?
Bye, everyone. Have fun and try and chill.
Yeah, take it easy, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekends. I will catch you guys, and Info Guy will catch you guys next week, Saturday. Same time, same place. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Bye.